All right, let's talk about rejections.
Yep, I'm continuing my string of rejections.
What'd you get rejected to from?
Uh, Smoky Hill and Salina.
Oh,
So I've got to go back and reset up and reshoot all my artwork.
well, we didn't get into Old Town. Was it Old? No, not Old Town. What was it? It Old Town?
Who did get into Old Town? I don't know one person who got in.
Uh, Allison, no Allison, Amy Landsberg got it.
Oh, good, good. I'm glad to hear someone got in.
Yeah,
I mean, I literally know like 12 people who didn't get in.
yeah.
Old
Chi-
Town where?
Chicago.
Chicago.
Ah, okay. Because we
I
have
got
one
re-
down here too.
yeah, I got rejected from Columbus,
Oh,
so I'm down to. If I get rejected from Wall Street, then I'm going to cry. So,
well, I have one of each so far. Reject, accept, waitlist.
oh, I got accepted from both Ripple, and they did a really. They sent me the scores. I only have 1 to 7. I only have one person that scored me 4. Everybody else scored me 5 and 6. So, and a couple of people put notes in there. So it was I think that maybe they don't get that many people to juror in, but it makes you wonder why other shows, or maybe I stand out so much more from everybody else. So who knows? But
And then, sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead because I'm
No,
trying
then
to.
there's the Old Town waitlist situation. They don't put anyone on the wait list. They say in a couple weeks they'll kind of determine, and yet Old Town and Lakefront are on the same weekend, so people who got into Lakefront have to, say if they're going to do it. And considering you don't know if you're on the wait list or not, kind of makes it that you have to just choose right then. It's kind of a weird situation.
You're
They
welcome.
did that last year.
I don't know what they do in that. Honestly, it's really, really bizarre.
Right, it is. I mean, I know someone who got into Lakefront and that deadline is soon. So they have to choose Lakefront because they got the notice that they're not invited to Old Town, but maybe on the wait list. So if you got that, you just choose the bird in the hand. I mean, and they did it last year, and it's really kind of a weird way to do it.
I mean, unless you were in on the wait list for a, huge show and you got in some little show, I'm not sure why anybody would take a wait list over a sure thing in a show.
But it's not even a wait list. It's you might be on the wait
I mean,
list.
no, not. I'm just talking about overall. Why would you turn down a sure thing just because you're on a wait list?
Yeah,
Right.
it's I don't if even if it though at this point if say that I got into a B show for sure and I get waitlisted for an A show, I will go with the B show because it's a sure thing. I will not
Yeah.
wait for the
Yes.
you know. There's no reason to wait for maybe because most of the time they don't call you from those you know.
Well, you don't know. I mean, I'm on the wait list for Cherry Creek and I've gotten in off the wait list. So, but I don't have another show that time period anyway. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah.
So
But
here's what
this,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
Here's what the board report score came out back. They said juror 1, 6, juror 2, 5, juror 3, 4, juror 4, 5, juror 5. Give me a score 6, and comment was nice atmosphere. Juror 6 says score 5, nice booth presentation. So
Right. It's yeah, impossible to kind of understand why you didn't get in.
yeah, I did get into this one, so I'm happy with this
Mhm.
one. But it's a B show at the best.
Hmm.
But I'm always do well in that show. So, and it's only 3 hours away from home. So
Ah,
I definitely doing it. And it's a man
mhm.
same weekend at East Lansing, same weekend that are in the square in Belleville. So
I'm new to all of this, so can you regularly get your scores
no,
from
No,
shows?
It's
no,
rare.
that's really
Oh, okay.
rare.
Okay.
but it really, honestly, I've been doing this for like 30 years or shows for 25 years. And so if I get a rejection, an acceptance, and a wait list, how can you make any sense of it except that all things being equal, it's random and there's only so many spaces.
Mhm.
Right.
Especially
That's what it is. Yeah.
I'm a jeweler. Something like 1,900 people applied to two of the shows I applied to.
Yeah.
Right. And so,
Yeah, there's no telling.
right.
The problem is that if you kind of make, there's no way to make adjustment to what you're doing because there's no way to know.
What you're doing wrong.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're just guessing, So you just every time you send the application, you're hoping for the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is why, like before the season starts for the applications, I I come up with my my 4 and my 5. There was a 3, I think, for one show. But and then I mean I could adjust things to be more conservative or less conservative, but I just do my setup and hold my breath and press submit and hope for the best
Yeah.
at this point.
And I'm trying to do more. I just saw the layout for the show that I'm doing this weekend. They, and I start looking, they have like maybe 6 photographers in the row that I am
Oh,
in the same size.
Oh,
So I never been so happy to have a double booth in a show
oh, right.
and a tall double booth.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
Scal,
usually they mix it up.
yeah, Scallon and Michael Brown are in the row behind me, and it's going to be. I just don't understand what they're doing anymore.
Hmm.
Isn't that the second time that's happened to you, Oscar?
Yeah, in a row.
Oh,
And Boca Raton, they have Evan, Mark McCannon. No, Mark. I keep putting his name wrong. It's Mark. It's the guy from New York. Then me. Then a few booths down, it was Michael Chen. Then after that was Larry, and it was 6 photographers out of 5 of us. 5 of the 6 photographers was in the same row. No, maybe 50 feet apart from one to another one at the most.
hmm.
There was 3 in a row, and then like a 5 booths down, Michael Chen. Then 5 booths down was Larry. And yes, the work is really different, and you cannot say that each one of us to kind of it's
Yeah, it's totally different work. So,
different
so
work.
it's it sounds like it's by design that they're setting the show up this way.
Yeah, but this one, uh, I don't know what niche she's showing, but her work and mine are almost too similar.
Hmm.
So
Are they
I,
doing that with all the mediums or just photography? Like,
it's
are
not
they putting all the paintings together and all the?
no, they're not doing that, but it's just like when you have. I'm not complaining. It's just that I wish that shows would put more attention. Don't put photographers next to each other. The only place that I know that has a layout specifically is like a 57th Street has a booth layout by color, and you will never have same medium next to each other because they made the layout based on that, and they fill out the show based on the layout, not on the like a how to say when you take the top score for photography, they put all the photographer in the booth, then they put all the jewelers and the position, and if and that's how they fill out the show, but they don't go uh crazy. They have X amount of space for jewelers, X amount of space for painters in each category, and they make sure that they're not over. They don't put two photographers next to each other normally. So only if I
Do we lost her?
what
Did we lose you?
I hope not.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that last part that you were saying.
I just said that most people. I
Yeah.
hope they keep the
Sorry, is this too loud?
it's things get better with the layout for most shows, but who knows?
I
That's
got you.
my job, and it's the last thing that worry the most. Why the dogs are barking?
Yeah, I think a lot of my problem is I don't think my work is when they're looking at the actual images of the work, I don't think the size and the depth of it is the physical depth of it's coming across. So I've got to figure out how to do that.
Would a
Yeah, because
picture
they don't pay attention.
sideways help? I mean, instead of face on, tilted?
Yeah, I've got to do something. So got to figure out how to hang it up again and then probably shoot it in my garage where I have total control over the lighting.
Is that your booth behind you, kind of?
Yes, that's my booth behind me. See, the
It's nice.
size comes off there. You can see the
Mhm.
size and the depth of it there, but it's not doesn't read in the straight on, shot
Yeah.
artwork shots.
I think it does, Court. I don't think you lack a 3D quality. I mean, I'm especially looking at the one on the side, the larger one with
Yeah,
the
in my booth shot it comes across, but not in the individual
image.
image shots.
And then that makes sense.
So, I mean, if they just as they're looking through I really need it to read the size and the, you know, depth, the dimensions to it. And I'm
It's three
seriously,
panels, isn't it?
yeah, I'm seriously considering applying in sculpture
Oh,
or 3D.
You can do 3D mixed media.
Yeah. That's probably what I will do in a couple cases.
Is that photography behind you?
Yes.
You sell it as one piece,
Yes.
so it's kind of like a collage of photography.
Not not really a collage. It is a single image that's broken into segments
Mm-hmm.
Cryptic.
and printed on individual panels.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So the panel directly behind me has the piece behind me has 9 panels. The piece to my left has 12 panels. And then one of the pieces on the right has 3 and the other one has 2.
It's definitely three-dimensional.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, I
like you
can
said,
see that.
hits it straight on, it doesn't show
Right.
the,
Yeah, it doesn't read as having dimensions straight on.
But does it have to be photographed straight on? That what you
Um,
submit?
that's what I've got. That's what I'm getting ready to go play. What I'm going to play with
Mm-hmm.
because it's just the depth and dimensions to it isn't reading.
Yeah.
Jury's not spending much time looking at these.
Right.
Um, so if it doesn't read with depth and dimension immediately, then
Yeah, they move on.
even though it's in even though it's in all the descriptions that the descriptions for the individual pieces say how many panels it is. My overall description talks about it being on individual panels.
Mm-hmm.
And there's obviously the dimensions in the individual descriptions. It's just not coming across that way in the photos.
Yeah.
Oscar,
Yeah.
3D multimedia that's probably is a good category for shows that have it.
For who? Because they get a lot of applications, and if it doesn't look like mixed media, you're going to run into a problem, even though you may be using materials from different mediums.
Well, here's what'll happen is they will stop and look at it.
Maybe. You're assuming a lot.
Well, it's better than what's happening now.
Sorry to hear that, Court.
So I'm gonna try some different things. So I may go back and I wonder what happened if I did enter that as 3D into St. Louis as 3D multimedia.
Is St. Louis by category or just 2D and 3D?
St. Louis does just 2D and 3D. But then you enter either they judge it by 2D and 3D, but you also have to specify a category.
Well, sometime in the next 2 weeks or so, we're going to work on a new abstract art booth shot.
Has it warmed up, Roy?
It has. It was beautiful, 69 degrees today, sunny, perfect mailman weather. I always say that's great mailman weather. I got 10 months, baby, 10 months, and I'm out. Can't wait.
Are you retiring?
Yes, ma'am.
I retired from teaching in May, and it was the best thing I ever did.
Yep. My wife, she taught art first through 12th grade.
Yeah.
She taught for 25 years. And when she retired, I said, you know what? Now that you're not teaching painting, it's time for you to paint. And she
Yeah.
had an art education major. So she's been painting about 6 years. Actually, we're going on our 7th year. And this is going on our fifth year doing shows.
Oh, wow. That's
And we
awesome.
still don't know anything.
Oh my gosh. I just started doing shows. I guess my first one was October of last year.
Nice.
And I tell you, it's been a trip.
Boy, I tell you, it's a learning curve. At
It
least
is.
now, when I'm retired. So for 2027, we really have, we don't apply to Cherry Creek or Des Moines or anything like that
Uh-huh.
because it's a 2-day drive, Fort Worth, etc. So, and I think once we get a really nice abstract booth shot,
Yeah.
then we can start applying to some of the shows it's a 2-day drive for us.
Yeah.
Then you can look at starting to string shows together.
Say again?
You can look at starting to string shows together like we talked about the other day.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
My mom taught and then was in administration and retired as a middle school principal at 72.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. I cannot even imagine.
Because she wanted to get to for her retirement, you had to be in a certain pay category for so
Right.
long.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So she wanted to get in that pay category, stay in at that level just long enough to have that count for her retirement.
Yeah. That's awesome. She was able to do that. I could not. I'd had enough.
So
Yep.
I don't envy school teachers.
It's just gone downhill. It's such a different, the kids are different, the parents
Yep.
are ridiculous, and the expectations are something else.
Yeah.
So now I paint.
There you go.
Well, you
My
still
si-
have to educate people when you're
Yeah,
selling
yeah,
your work. So,
that's true. That's
but it's
true.
different, you know.
Yeah, yeah. No, this is much better. My sister's the one that helps me, travels with me, and helps me with putting up the tent, and she's my workhorse.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Mary, when I told Mary Ann, I said, hey, I want us to look into doing art shows. She said, okay, I'll make a deal with you.
Uh-huh.
I'll paint and you do everything else.
Oh, that
I,
sounds
I,
good. I wish I had that.
I,
I
I, I do everything else.
Yeah.
But she's got the harder job.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's
Roy,
hard to
you're not the
paint.
only person, you're not the only husband I know that does that.
Yeah, we look at all of them with envy when we're there setting up at the shows, and we look at each other, and we're like, we are getting too old for this mess. We've got one of those old heavy duty tents that we bought online. I'm gonna be, I think, upgrading soon.
Well, do things that make it easier
Right.
on you, you know,
Yeah.
and think about that. I mean, um, because with setup and all of that, I mean, it does
It's a
take a
lot.
lot of thinking, you
Yes.
know, and but if you make it easier, it could be more pleasant. And
Yeah.
um, you know, sometimes I like arriving to a show a day early and just exploring the area if I can, if I have the
Yeah.
time.
That's what I would
Um,
love to do. We haven't been able to do that because my husband passed away last year.
no, I'm
Uh,
sorry.
yeah. And so, now I'm able to travel and go anywhere, but her husband, doesn't like it very much when she goes out of town with me. He's not very excited about it. So it makes it hard we do one show a month and that's about all he can take.
Well, where are you out of?
I'm in Savannah, Georgia.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Although we're
So,
driving down to Miami in a couple of weeks.
oh,
Yeah.
well, also
Did
look at like if you have any open studios events,
Yeah.
those could be really great, you know,
Yeah.
and I mean, look at things that are local or, you know,
Yeah, there is a lot of local things here.
if there's shows, I would go visit them before you
Mhm.
do
Yeah.
them, you
Yeah.
know. So, I mean, ideally, that's the best because you could tell right away if,
Right.
you know, are there people who come to the show? You
Right.
could do a show
Right.
that has really great artists and there's no people that show up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ugh, not good.
And that
did
might be easier for your sister to help you with.
Yeah.
did you apply to Bluffton?
No, I did not see an application for that. Where was that
You have to go
application?
to Yes, you have to go to their website, Bluffton
Ah,
Art Festival,
yeah, no.
and
Is
then
that still open or is it closed?
it's still open.
Oh,
And yeah, I, I think it. I think it's. I think it's open now, or it's getting ready to get open. I think it's open though.
oh, okay,
And
good.
but
I'll look at
you're
that.
Savannah. I mean,
Yeah.
we're in Charleston, so
Oh, are you? Who
yeah.
who was that was talking? Who's in Charleston?
Roy,
Oh, hey, Roy.
Roy.
Hi.
Yep.
I
So
I
yeah,
just
Savannah's.
applied to Ala Hope. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that one.
Yeah, and that's open right now. It's hard because a lot of the local ones around here in Savannah, you do have to go to like their website to apply. So you first have to know that they're taking applications, that there is an art festival and that they're taking applications and being new to the whole art scene, well, being relatively new to Savannah, because we moved down here from Atlanta. Um, I don't, I'm not as familiar with like the dates of when all the festivals are and what all the festivals are to be on the lookout. I like it
Well,
when they're in the Zap applications and you just go boom, boom, boom and get them done.
well, you know, just do a search, you know, for local art fairs and
Oh, that's a good idea.
or extend your search a little
Yeah,
wider, you know, depending on what you could drive to, you know, and
yeah,
um I mean, local is best because usually the expenses are lowest. And if you don't know, and I mean,
yeah,
I really do recommend going to look at the shows, visiting them
yeah,
beforehand, if that's possible. And this way you can get a feel and, you know right away if, you know, oh, there's no people at this show, you know?
yeah, yeah,
Well, I know that the Bluffton show is a good show because you know how Hilton Head is just
yeah,
exploding,
right. Yeah, that
and
does sound like a good show.
and Hilton Head's got an art show too. But the thing about Bluffton is that you've got uh, Beaufort, Bluffton, Hilton Head. So you got those three areas, and then
Right.
people are coming up from Savannah,
Mhm.
and all those houses are tall. I mean, they're 9-10 foot ceiling
Yeah.
houses.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna apply as soon as I get off here.
So, got a question. If you got a wall that's 68 inches wide, what is the widest piece you will put in there? Will you put a 16 inches wide or 40-inch wide?
It's 68.
The wall is 68.
Yep.
How wide you will put the piece at 16-inch? The choices are 60 or 48-inch wide.
How far back can people stand?
Yeah.
I
Is
would
it a
say
side wall or a back wall?
side wall, and you have at least 6 feet to back up.
Yeah, then go with the smaller one.
The
I'd
48.
go. Yep. I'd do a 48.
Okay, that's what I was inclined to do, but I just
I mean, you could do the bigger one and they could stand at an angle and look at it.
yeah, but that also means I will have to print in a matte instead than glossy, which is another little detail, you know.
Well, you know what? We had a customer stop by at St. James Court, and we went over to their house and measured their wall. Their wall was it was a 10-foot wall. It was a side wall, an entryway. So when you walk into the house, the wall was on the side. Um, um, they had beaded board plywood that was 5 foot, and then there was like a cap on it. And so what we did is we brought we bought three different pieces. We actually brought a 6 foot piece, um, and then we brought a couple of 3x3s, and they liked the idea of going with 3x3s, and that gave them a whole lot of space left, but they were able to spread them out nice and neat. And Marianne had she had bought one piece and she did two other pieces to kind of match that. It turned out really nice. But that was a huge wall. I mean, that was a 10-foot wall. It was long, 10 foot long.
Is anybody familiar with the Savannah Food Fest and Craft Fair?
No.
If it has craft in the name, I tend to avoid it.
Or
Okay.
food in the name is even worse.
Oh yeah? Okay, that's good
Seafood,
to know.
yeah.
Well, wait,
Oh yeah.
before you roll it out, go to the website, look at the artists who've done it in the past, look at the
Uh-huh.
quality of the work, and just
Yeah.
get a vibe
Good
from the
point.
That's
website.
a good
That's
idea. That's a
yeah.
good idea. Yeah, well, it's on the same date as I got into the Old Town St. Augustine. It's on the same day, so I think I'll just go there. But it is a good idea to
But look it up. And I mean, I have a spreadsheet for shows, and I
yeah.
put all the shows that people tell me about on, and then
Mhm.
I have notes next to them and websites and all that. And I like at the bottom of my spreadsheet, I have a ton of shows, and then above I have the ones that I'm applying to, and then I have different
Mhm.
categories as far as accepted, rejected, all of that. But I just keep them because you never know when you want to revisit.
Right.
Uh, and I end up doing new shows that I learn about, and I'm in a closer proximity
Mhm.
than 5 years earlier when I was in California. So um, anyway, it's a good way to sort of keep things at least on your radar. And when you do shows, you may talk to other artists and learn about things, and then
Right.
those can go on your list, and this way you can refer back to it. But I think a website is a really simple way to vet a show to begin with.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's great advice. I'm just looking through here now and seeing, um,
And I got another silly question. Will you put a more pastel image in the top and the really bright one in the bottom, or you will do it backwards?
backward,
Yeah, put the bright one on the top.
because that's what's going to draw people in.
Even they are almost in the same eye level.
I've
How
had
can they be
I've
the
had
same
both
eye level if one is under the other?
I've
What?
had I've had both experiences. Oscar, this weekend I did a show and I had a very pastel-y piece that I had at the top of one part of my booth, and it got a lot of attention. I didn't sell it, but people looked up to it. You know, I have um a 12-foot booth, and so people didn't have any trouble looking like up to it, I didn't think. Um I had two other pieces that were brighter in color and I sold one of them. But I think maybe it just matters what, which what kind of colors you're pairing with
Yeah,
them,
that's
specifically which colors you would pair with them. I don't think there's necessarily one rule to go by. That's just my feedback.
Yeah, it's one that has a lot of it's a sunrise, and the other one, my typical uh uh
Landscapes, you like your landscapes, right?
really pastel, really like it's the one of the Reese,
Yeah.
you know. So I just need to figure it out before I spend the $2,000 printing those two. So
Right, right, absolutely. Absolutely. I like your new work from Lake Okeechobee, by the way.
yeah, that's the one that is the really bright one, and then I got the other one. The, those are the two that I'm trying to find a space in the booth.
Okay.
So, but it's not, it's easy for photographers to lay it out, but still you have to think what the hell you're doing because you
Yeah.
can't. um,
Yeah.
So, but no, I think I get it. And this one, and when I get something else, I got still room for one more 20 by 30 for later on, but I'm not going to force the issue. I will leave the space open for now.
Okay.
So, but that's what I was trying to do today. I did my counting today, and then I did all the layout for the before I order to see how it's going to look. So
Yeah,
whatever.
I've got to go through my images, pull out another image, and start working on another image. See if I can pull off what I have in mind.
I'm in a similar situation, trying to decide. I'm having a, I was, I'm having a solo show here in Cleveland at a gallery. And I have a lot of work to do with that, just really deciding which images to use and print and display. So I have to let them know um, what my final choices are. So I've never done that before. This is my first time. Um,
exciting.
thank you.
I'm in a gallery in Rocky River, which is outside of Cleveland, if you ever happen to be out that way.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Tell me
Yeah.
the name again.
Cool.
It's called the W Gallery,
The
like
W. Okay.
the letter
Yeah.
W. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me put that in my thing again. Um, yeah, hold on. I'm gonna go away for a minute here if I can. I don't know how I can do this. The W. Uh, okay, goodbye for a minute.
Language Western 985 Colonial Drive. Please scan flats and letters.
No, I will not do that. Not right now. Stupid scanner tells me what to do, and it's like, I'm not even at the address yet. Shut up. Oh, here's an interesting question I have. So there was another artist, and she's been painting about 5 years, and she mentioned that she had somebody approach her to no, she approached a gallery to do an exhibition of her work, and she was trying to figure out how to go about um, compensating the gallery. And she said that the gallery came up with, God, shut up. Oh, great. Okay. So, sorry about that. So, she said that she was going to, the gallery said yes, they would do like an open house of her work. And so she said she was going to pay the gallery. She was going to pay the gallery $2,000, and then like 10% of all sales, and the gallery was going to um, do some um, do some advertising, do some social media. Um, she lives in Jacksonville, and I thought that's an interesting way to kind of get out there, because
Well,
Marion's
she
not in a
observes,
gallery.
but she takes all the risk.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I mean,
I don't
she's just
know. I
gonna.
don't like that personally.
I didn't. I thought that was kind of sketchy, because I mean, if they don't do a good job of promoting it, I mean, then I mean, literally, there's she's not
Right.
going to
Like
make any money.
right. I mean, $2,000 is not nothing.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
So
It
it's
sure is.
usually a gallery standard. Now, okay, I'm not a painter, but 50% usually is their take. And
Yes.
different percentages could be, organized, but when they do the promotion and all that, and usually it's a long-term relationship, not kind of a one-time thing.
Right.
Certain galleries will have once a year, they'll have a show for each artist or group, and that depends on the gallery. Um, but to pay $2,000 for what? Like, is the gallery proven at being that good at promotion? Um, like, I don't want to know what I'm getting for my $2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because um, my I thought that um, so like Marianne used to be in a local gallery here, and she paid a monthly fee for it was a 10 by 8 wall, and they took 15% of all sales
Oh, and a monthly fee.
and a monthly fee.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah. And she
Was
never
it a
sold a
co-op?
painting.
Was
Yeah,
it a co-op
exactly.
gallery?
It was a co-op gallery. Yep.
Usually co-op galleries have a better percentage, and then they require you to work.
Yep. She had to work one time a month. Yep.
Huh. That doesn't sound like a good deal at all. She had to work and she had to pay, do 50% and pay each month.
No, not 50, 15.
Oh,
Oh,
15. Oh, okay. Okay. That's a very different
Sorry.
number. Got
Yeah,
it.
I think it was 15. Yep.
Okay. All
But
right. Well,
and she did it a year, and she sold one painting, and it's in a I mean, it was in a great location down in the heart of downtown Charleston, and but there was just not enough to bite.
right. I mean, the thing with galleries is it would be better if they found you and wanted to represent you or her or Marianne.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So we're not in a gallery right now. So
Yeah.
still trying to find her people.
Right. I mean, the thing is, they tell you, "Oh, we love you. You're so wonderful." Da, da, da. But can they sell it? And I mean, you know, if it's a 50% commission they get, but all you have to do is bring the work in and they promote and do all that, then it's not horrible if they're selling the work, you
Right.
know?
yeah, that's been my experience. I've been with this, they've been selling my work, this one gallery in Cleveland Heights for about, oh, I don't know, 10 years or so. And um throughout the year they just have smaller matted prints, but at their holiday sale they want framed work. And
Mhm.
then they have a situation where you can apply to have a solo show in one area of the gallery. There's one main room and then a separate smaller room area. And I've never applied before, but I applied this year and
Mhm.
they gave it to me. So it's about,
Congratulations.
yeah, thanks a lot. It's like 2 months long, but the one good thing, it's a long established gallery. They've been there for a very long time. And they take 40%, artists get 60%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I think I can't remember, but I think it's $60 a year to be an artist member. But then the one thing they do if you're having a show is halfway through, they have what's called ephraxtasy, which I have to look it up. It must be some poetic word, but they invite the poet laureate of Cleveland Heights and two other poets to come in and look at the work and write poems about it. And then on a Thursday night, halfway through the show, they, they sell tickets and people can come in and listen to the poets read the work. And I mean, read their poems and the artist says something. So it's kind of like a way to engage the community.
That sounds really great.
That
Yeah,
does sound
And
cool.
I'm
and
really
two
excited about
months,
it.
2 months is really nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty nervous about it actually. Um,
It's
just
all right. It keeps you humble.
yeah, for sure. Oh my God, yeah. But I think choosing the images is hard and wanting to talk about them in the way that I want to talk about them is going to be a little bit of a challenge for me. It's going to be more than just an artist statement, because it's specific to the exhibition.
Mhm. Well, that sounds like a great push then for you,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
a good opportunity.
yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. And just, I mean, I always think like writing those statements,
Hmm.
it's okay to just start out like just randomly ranting in your mind and typing all that down or however you write. But, and from that you can extract some gems. Like it
Right,
doesn't have to be, so um I mean, that's what
right.
I do when I'm writing an artist statement. I'll just write down sometimes just phrases or whatever I'm thinking, or I close my eyes and really try to, you know, think about it and just get all that stuff on paper. And don't
Yeah,
worry about grammar or anything. Just
yeah, right. Exactly.
Anyway, that sounds like a very nice situation where both the gallery and the artist are involved, and
Yeah.
the risk is equally shared.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That sounds very cool. That sounds like a
Thanks.
really, really cool opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm just in a place right now, apropos of nothing, to be hugely grateful for all things. Just because my dad had kidney surgery this morning and
Oh,
his kidney was removed and he's alive and all of that. So that's
good.
a good thing. So, you
Yeah,
know, it puts things into perspective.
How's he
sure it
doing?
does.
He's in his own room. He's not very responsive. Um, I want them to keep him at least 2 nights. These hospitals want to kick people out as quickly as possible to fill the spaces. At least that's what my mother tells me. She's down in
It's
Florida.
usually not the hospitals, it's usually the insurance companies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good
Oh,
point. Good
yeah.
point.
Okay. 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 So they first said, well, he'll just be here for one night, but I'm telling my mother, well, tell him he needs to be observed, okay? That he needs to
Hmm.
be under observation for at least 2 nights. And I think that word sometimes resonates with them.
Hmm.
And also, if you use the word, he's kind of unresponsive. If you look at him, he's not, I mean, he's out of anesthesia, but he's closing his eyes. He's really not responding to my mother or anybody. So, I don't want him to go home when it's too early to go home, you know?
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I gotta take off. I'll see everybody later.
Bye,
Oh,
Court.
I court.
real
Bye,
quick,
Court.
our
High
uh
court.
NAI Zoom for tomorrow's postponed. Bonnie and I haven't been feeling great, and so that's caused some other issues. So we're gonna come back to that one in probably about a month. But we'll
Okay.
have
Sounds
one in
good.
2 weeks from tomorrow. All right.
Every other week?
Every other week through March.
Okay. All right, Court.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, good luck.
High
Bye.
Yeah, the um my brother's in not Santa Fe. Where did I say he was at? Um oh my gosh. Outside of Santa Fe. Allison, remember?
Albuquerque?
No, remember oh crap. Anyway, he had a bout with pneumonia, pretty bad.
Uh-huh.
And he's home now, and but he's really weak because he's basically been in the bed since December 28th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, he was, I mean, he's 78 years old, thin as a rail, smoke like a chimney. And so he's in PT, but he's down there in New Mexico. So at least we were kind of worried about him. So I'm glad your dad's doing came through the surgery well, and hopefully, it's interesting because I remember when um, my wife had rotator cuff surgery. They gave her too much anesthesia, and she was like
Oh, oh
out
my
of it for
God.
like 24
That's
hours.
that's scary.
It was
Very.
scary. It really was scary. And I'm like, she's not
Too
responsive, just like
much.
your dad. Yeah, and it's like so. Hopefully, that's the case. That maybe it was just a little too much anesthesia.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, I was not happy. I was not happy.
Anyway, that gallery situation, it sounds like a nice opportunity. I mean, that's the thing. A lot of times we're just gambling, trying things, right? I mean, um, so we got to pick and choose. But when there's money involved, like I get invited to these things, not the only one, like, in Florence or Milan and these jewelry things. And it just, seems like something, I don't know, for your resume, air quotes. And, you know, I think I'd rather go to those places without my jewelry. But if you think about it, like the expense um, and then of course getting your work there and however that works. And, I've known people that do some of these things. You basically pay for a display. And, I don't know that people are actually selling things. I think it's more things might be for sale, but they're, exhibitions. And I
Oh,
think a lot of it is just more kind of uh prestige.
sure. Sure.
Or there's books, you could be in this book and pay, and there used to be one specifically for jewelry, and I don't know how many people they said it went to, but the people it went to had to pay for the book. So, it just,
Right. Well, you're in an
you know,
extremely difficult category to um work in, exist in, compete in. I don't know how to say it. I mean, the good thing about it, I think, is that um, your work is so unique and um I don't think anybody's going to copy it. I don't think anybody could copy it from what I've
good
seen of
luck.
it.
Good luck to them,
Good.
but
Yeah, right?
but I mean,
Exactly.
but yeah, I mean, so yeah, I mean, that's, in Santa Fe, there's a ton of jewelers, but it works. Nobody expects me to make Southwestern style jewelry.
Right. Right.
So that works out.
Right. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna go too. Thanks for talking and being together and listening and all that. So hope you guys have a good week and weekends. Oscar, hope you have a good weekend this time. And uh
I hope so too, because I need it.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Allison, are you exhibiting or no?
No, last Saturday I did in Tucson during the gem show. Snag Society of North American Goldsmiths had an event, and it was a 3-day event, but where they had tool suppliers and artist talks, and then on the Saturday was a an artist market, and so there were like 13 of us. I wasn't expecting that much, and I saw people I hadn't seen in a while and met people. So I was busy the whole time, and my expectations were pretty much, whatever happened. So it was, networking wise good, and I enjoyed it. And I came up, the challenge always is coming up with a quick little setup when it's these like 1-day things. And so I used one of my old banners for the cloth on the table. And so anyway, it was fine. But I start the artist market here. It starts in March, and I'll start my first one March 14th.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then I'm waiting on on some shows, but Mother's Day weekend, I have a show.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
which I'll fly to because it's like a 3-day drive, and
Oof.
you know, and and I can fly, so I think that'll be better.
That's
Yeah,
good. That's good.
yeah, yeah. And hopefully I'll get in off the wait list to Cherry Creek. That would be very nice. And
Uh-huh.
then I've got 3 other shows I'm waiting on, so hopefully something,
Right. Right.
spin
Right.
the wheel.
You keep plugging away at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Mary Ann, Roy?
So we're waiting on a couple of shows. She'll go back to Spoleto here in Charleston.
Mhm.
This will be her third year, and she did really well in the last 2 years. And then we're waiting on we're waiting on a July show, and then a September show, and then our month I think is in October, or Bluffton. So gonna see where the Bluffton application comes out. And
Did you do Armonk before?
no, we have
Okay,
not.
that's a long trip for you.
Yep, that's a 12-hour drive. But the nice thing is that my brother's 30 minutes away, so we have free lodging.
Oh, only 12 hours. Oh, that's not so bad, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's actually closer than Long Island.
Ah,
That was a grueling 15-hour drive.
Oof.
yeah.
that
In
was rough.
traffic for the end of that trip, right?
Yeah, it was rough. It was
Mhm.
really rough.
Mhm.
But we did it. We made it, and but it was a zero show for us. We didn't
Oh,
sell a damn thing, and but I told Marianne there is she's got these horses that she has done for um, St. James, and she sold 3 of them, and there is a week-long show at I want to say it's Bridgehaven. No, it's not Bridgehaven. It's one of the Hamptons, Bridgehampton, and it's during their steeplechase jumping trials, or competition, I should say.
Oh, how fun.
And it's 4 days, but somebody came by West Hampton Beach and talked to Marianne about that show, and she said, well, these horses that you have would do really well there. So we won't do it this year. We have to wait till 2027 if we decide to do it at all. But so we're just waiting. It's funny because you talked about the wait list, Allison. We were on the wait list 2 years in a row for an AMDR show.
Mhm.
And we were number 1 2 years ago, never got called off. We were number 2 last year, never got called off. So we kind of gave up on it. We're not going to go back.
My question would be, how many people were number 1?
Yeah, really. That's what uh-huh.
And not all shows do it that way.
No,
Yeah.
it's not that.
No.
I fell into that trap with her.
Okay.
I was number 1 on the wait list in my category, and I ran into another photographer, and he told me he was number 1 and had gotten in.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Real nice.
And some shows do it medium by medium. I mean,
And
they don't.
that's what they should. Okay. If Lyra's number 1 in photography, there should be a number 2 and not another number 1. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm going to bail out, guys.
All
All
right,
right.
I've got to go also.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Y'all have a wonderful day.
Yeah.
And
You
have
too.
a great week. Hope you have a great show.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
All right. All right,
Bye-bye,
Oscar.
everybody. I'm
Bye,
heading out too.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Any last questions?
No,
Not you. Maria. Hello?
I think she's frozen.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, there. Well, looks like she's having connectivity problems.
She could have been frozen for half the meeting. All right. See you next
See you
week.
next time. Bye.
Bye.